Welcome, beautiful people, to another one Kefir a day. If you don't know why I'm doing this, I'm doing one Kefir a day just to see if this will treat or completely eliminate my body odor, which is not normal body odor. It's something similar to T-Mal, if not T-Mal in general. So this is day 28. I'm drinking this for 42 days just to see whether or not if it is actually effective, and I'm almost close to 42. I do know that each bottle I'm drinking is like $4.99. So in total, I'm going to spend about $209.58 altogether. The first clip that you see here is me being at some type of imaging office because I need to get some x-rays done for my back. So this happened like on a Thursday or something. But in the remaining clips, you're actually going to see me go to the Museum of Science, to the beach, and also to a casino. So here we're at the Museum of Science. This is like Philip and Patricia Frost Museum of Science. This is located near the FTX arena. That's pretty much the Miami Heat arena. It's a basketball team. It's closer to the basketball team. So this is in like the downtown Miami. And throughout my whole venture going into the Museum of Science and looking at the cool things that are in the science exhibits, and going to South Beach later on that you're going to see in the clip, I would say that most of my experiences within going to those places or just interacting or being around people, walking past people, I would say 80 to 90% of the time, I never saw any type of reaction or weird body language or murmurings of people saying anything about me when I was around them. But at the same time, I do have to say that throughout the 10%, 20% of the time, there would be some interesting or odd things that will lead my mind to believe that they're reacting to me or making mention of me smelling bad. Matter of fact, when I went to the Frost Museum of Science, you had to stand in line. It was a pretty long line. It took me like 10 to 15 minutes to finally purchase the tickets, which also cost $30, but that's another story. In any case, while I was standing in line, it felt like the women in back of me were making some murmurs or doing some type of odd things that made me feel uncomfortable and made my mind draw the conclusion that they think I smell odd or bad. But it could just be my mind just being paranoid. I feel like with this condition, a lot of times there's like three mental things, mental behaviors. I don't know if I should call them behaviors, but things that happen to you mentally when you have this condition. One is you typically get depressed. Another thing is you typically get paranoid. And another thing is, I guess another thing is probably you sometimes get suicidal thoughts, but that's besides the point. Within this current situation, I've been drinking Kefir for almost like 4 weeks at this moment, and I feel like there should be just a clear conclusion I can draw that I don't smell anymore, but at the same time I don't feel that way. And this goes back to something I wanted to actually talk about throughout this clip, or these clips that you're going to see, and it's something that someone mentioned in my last video that I did on week 3, where they mentioned that I should try to join some type of judo class or some type of martial arts class, because being in close proximity with someone while you're doing close combat or you're just training, you have a better response or better understanding of how bad your body odor is. Because if you are sweating and you smell really offensive, they're going to show it on their face. They're going to show it in their body language. And I think that's a very good point. I do recall like I went to the gym some time ago. The last time I went to the gym was like in 2018. And in the first couple of weeks, I didn't know whether or not I did smell, but I did see instances where there were like odd situations where it made me feel like I smelled bad. So like say I was at the treadmill and there was already somebody adjacent to the treadmill that I was getting on. So then I go on the treadmill and start working out and I start sweating. Then the person that was right next to me would just stop and just leave. And naturally I would just like say or try to rationalize the situation and say, maybe the person had to leave early. Maybe the person, here we are at South Beach. very beautiful. I was actually at a lot of these what's these called? A lot of these hotels. So this is why you see these so many different name brand, I don't know, umbrellas and beach towels and just, I guess, seating arrangements. There's somebody posting for Instagram or something because she had her camera to the right, if you didn't see it. In any case, going back to what I was originally talking about, I think a way better indicator is the fact I have to go to and do some type of activity or being in some outing with a group of people where I'm going to be physically exerting myself or just be in a very hot environment where I am going to possibly be sweat because from my experience I actually smell worse or I get worse reactions when I start sweating. But the funny thing is, on South Beach, it was like 89 degrees outside. I was sweating profusely, and again, within majority of the interactions or me passing by people or walking past people, I didn't see people react to me at all, except those like 20% where I feel like someone said something under their breath or something like that, and then that would like make me question like, do I still smell? I don't know if maybe I still smell. And those types of experiences always make me feel that even though I do a lot of things to try to prevent me from smelling bad, like I try to eat a vegan diet, I do intermittent fasting, and now I'm drinking Kefir. And I exercise to sweat out the odor, and I exercise actually every day. But nonetheless, even with all these things I'm doing, it still feels as though I'm never going to 100% complete it or 100% absolve this issue. But I guess the best thing I can do at this moment is try to really get down, really try to figure out what's going on and go into, I don't know, some activity, some type of some type of public setting where I'm allowed to sweat. And the only thing I can think of at this moment is going to a gym. And so I'm thinking about going to the gym this week or next week or whatever and really trying it out. And because again, last time I went to the gym, I eventually figured out that I did smell. After just countless just weird, awkward social interactions and me thinking that people were saying something about me, and then I just finally overheard someone say something about me, I finally got the message. I'm like, oh shit, I really do smell. So I need to go back to a gym and see that happen. I also been thinking about going to different classes. I thought about going to like boxing or maybe even yoga or a dance class. Because I'm also thinking about dating, and I don't want to be with gyms. You're always going to be around dudes. So I don't want to be in just like a sausage factory of a public area. I want to be around women as well, or just have a good balance of men and women. And I definitely think I've read something on the internet that women have a heightened sense of smell. They have a better sense of smell compared to men. So I think that's doubly important to be more around women. So that's a thing, but I don't know. I also thought about going to a strip club. I also thought about going to the club. But I feel like, I'm always doing these activities solo, and it's, when you're doing stuff by yourself, you feel like an extra loser. So if I go to the club, I feel like a double loser because I'm going by myself and shit. So I don't know. Fun thing about this park, or quote unquote park, I thought it was a casino, but it actually is like a racehorse gambling site. So there is a casino section, but the thing is, it's primarily about gambling on racehorses. And I thought that was fascinating. I didn't know that at the time. And so you are going to see a lot of footage of me just viewing some horse racing and all this other type of stuff. I didn't actually bet on any horse racing. I didn't know how to do that. I was planning to only spend $50, but honestly, I only spent like $12, and I spent it on the casino, which you're going to see very shortly. So I just started showing a bunch of just different slot machines because this is the only thing they actually had. I thought this was the type of casino that would have like blackjack or other card-based games like poker. No, they don't have that. All they have is just a slew of slot machines and a bunch of old people playing them. And here is me trying to have fun, and this shit was really boring and dry. I honestly spent only $12. I spent $12 just pressing buttons and watching my money slowly evaporate into thin air because the house always wins. But toward the end, I actually won my money back, to be honest. I thought I was gonna lose all my money, but I actually won my money back. I spent $12 and I was on my last $1.30 until something happens where I just got stroke of luck and I won like $16.40 or some crazy shit like that. So basically I won $4. I profited $4 off of a slot machine. So I felt good about it. I mean, shit. You know what I mean? Here's the actual slot machine. For some reason, I got lucky and I got some weird looking moon faces that gave me like $12, $13, $14, I don't know. And then something else happened which increased my luck to like $15.40 or something like that. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm balling out of control. Here's me. You see? It's going to $15.20 and I think it goes to $15.40. Let's see here. I believe $15.40, and look at this. Let me see the credit. $16.70. Okay, so I got $4.70 in profit. I'm a millionaire. Any case, yeah, man. I don't know. I just feel like I need to be around people and be sweating, be in an environment where I can sweat, or be in an active environment, and because I just don't think walking around places is a good indicator whether or not I smell. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. This is nearing the end, and then you're going to see my analysis for the chronometer. Is there anything else I could say? Can't really think of anything else to say. I've been having audio issues, so I don't know if this is really going to play out smoothly because last time I recorded, it didn't. But it's nearing the end. All right, welcome everybody to my food diary, and I am just going to show the records of this week from April 11th all the way to the 17th. And again, my typical diary is almost the same thing. You will always see me have potatoes, always see me have green beans, broccoli, some kefir, fruit or here and there, some oatmeal, a veggie shake, tofu, and salad. And in this particular week, I actually included a lot of bananas and oranges into my diet. But everything else pretty much stays the same. I think throughout the week I also added some sweet potatoes. I swapped sweet potatoes in and out, and actually on this Tuesday I did have a sweet potato, 7 ounces for 778 not carbs, 178 calories. My whole total for eating was like 1,500 or so, and there is pretty much the same thing. Just like in the 11th, I just switched it out for a sweet potato as opposed to a russet. And then on this Wednesday, I probably added some zucchini. I did add some zucchini at 1,500. On 14th, I got 1,700. I wonder what I ate. I got a russet potato that was 8 ounces, so that probably was the thing that boosted it up even more. Got some zucchini. Friday, I actually go to Publix, or I go to the supermarket to buy stuff, and I decided I couldn't find any oat bran, so I got some steel cut oats instead because I thought it was going to be something similar, and it's really not. And I actually don't recommend eating steel cut oats because they're just, I don't know, they're just hard to chew and shit. And then I also ate some soya dumplings, so then my total was like 1,800, I believe. Sunday, didn't really eat too much. Still ate the steel cut oats. I really don't like them. That was the second time trying them. Don't like them. And on today, didn't really eat too much. Ate a big ass sweet potato, 16 ounces, a pound of sweet potato, and still have like 1,300 calories or close to 1,400. Let's look at the trends just to show you on average from April 11th to 17th, so that's 7 days. On average, I ate like 1,500 calories or somewhere close to 1,600. On average, I got like my daily recommended, like 137% of my daily recommended amount of fiber, 273% of iron. Calcium is 260. I wonder why it's in red. I guess I'm not supposed to get over 260. I wonder what's the dangers of getting too much calcium. And let's look for choline. If I can find choline, on average, you get like 225 milligrams of choline and 65 grams of protein. Oh, not 65 grams. 65% of my daily nutritional needs of protein, which is only like 87 grams. But there you have it. It's nothing too big. That's what I pretty much ate throughout the whole week of week 4 of drinking 1 kefir a day. The end.